Hello friends and welcome back to Little Ent. This is game log number 3 and today I have some interesting news. Now before I go into the game itself, I just want to show you that I have implemented an extra feature for the settings to reset the inputs, reset to default, and let's just go back. So the interesting news about this game itself is that I finally started building the levels. Let's just start with the level 1. The level 1 will start with a simple level. There's nothing special about this level except it's just a flat level, mainly to introduce the players to the movement and this mechanic on how to finish the levels. Of course, at the start I will add animated sprite, a plant-based guidance, but it will not tell players what specifically to do. So there's nothing special, just a flat level with 25 tiles. Next level introduces jump. Simple level design. After few levels, ledge grabbing will be in place, player will spawn and player will be greeted with this high wall, and players will hopefully get slightly confused and then test the jump, and once they will see that the player can grab on, that's where basically a ledge grab introduction will be introduced, somewhere around level 5. So some levels will be based in caves, then further on the player will be introduced to sprinting. So the start of the game will pretty much be just platformer based, but the main core point of this game will be to walk around and paint these tiles. Since we're done with that, I have currently created 8 levels out of 50 and potentially more, probably, depending on how well all this will go. But I'm going to show you what exactly I added. Now, as you already probably noticed, I reworked tile detectors. I added these green sparkles on it. I added these roots with some green bulbs on top, to basically showcase that these tiles are something special. Players should not overlook it. Other thing is that I actually decided to rework collectible UI display. Basically, it will appear whenever you are in contact with the soil, instead of having it at the top where the tile amount is displayed. That makes the communication part a lot simpler and easier, because most of the time players will be looking at the character and not UIs at the top. So I think that majorly improved this whole feel of the game and communication, that okay, these things are somehow interactable or specific needs are required. So at the moment it holds number, so if I collect one seed collectible, as you can see, it changed from 0 to 1. Same goes for the crate, so it's requiring the specific collectible, and if I'll collect it, it will display as 1. And the roots have only question mark icon, because I haven't come up with how to do these, so I decided just to have a simple question mark, which I think does help anyways. And as you can see, the UI won't be displayed anymore, so it is, I think, quite a nice feature that I decided to add to make the game easier understand what's required where, because players will not know what is required for specific soils just by looking at the size or the sparkles. As I mentioned in the previous episode, I added this vertical gate. It's using simple one tile detection, not active, not active, not active, active. Same mechanic, but all you have to do is just memorize it. So 4, 7, 8. So we have to interact with 4, and it's quite tricky to step over it. Obviously some kind of a design will be required, so maybe put a 2 tiles gap, but it does work. It's just very precise, which is something that I don't really want to have in the game, but other than that, the whole thing opens up and it works fine. And that's that. So a lot of micro changes, and I finally started working on the levels. Got 8 at the moment, but I'm not going to spoil you with the content too much, because obviously you will be less interested in playing this game if you actually are interested in this kind of a game. All I can say that a proper level will take at least 1 day to create, because for example in this level, as you can see, there are multiple layers of tiles and all these tiles are manually placed, and there's like a lot of combination of tiles that have to be very carefully placed so the whole level would make sense. And of course the design part as well, so the whole level flow would make sense as well, and making sure that everything is correct and everything is fine. Also during the playtesting some of these parts change, so yeah, it will take quite a while to construct, but I will have to stop for a moment because obviously other game assignments are incoming. Sadly, I will have to delay this progress, but overall I could say that this game is probably going to come out around midsummer, because I have contacted one of my friends who does the music production, so hopefully he will be able to produce me some interesting soundtracks for this game, so the whole game would feel better. So this is what I've got so far for this game. Didn't really come up with anything else or anything more interesting in terms of mechanics, but hopefully during the mid-level design I will come up with something more interesting. If you have any suggestions, please do leave them in the comments down below. I'm very interested to see and hear what you think about this game so far. Once I'm going to figure out how the Steam page work, I will put this game for a wish listing, so hopefully I will manage to figure out how this whole Steam nonsense works. If there will be any further updates, I will let you know. Thanks for watching, thank you for the support, and I'll see you either in the next video or in the next game devlog.